Hi, hello family. Hi, Mrs. Queen. Hello, hi. How are you guys? We are live at 5. It's Tuesday, so y'all know we gotta do it. Hey there, love notes. How you doing? Hi, Internet Garden 8B. Hello, how are you? Um, Drop those nines in the chat. Let me know that you can hear me fine, you can see me fine. I do realize that, hey, Andale, I do realize that it is quite dark here. Obviously, we RVers full time now. So, hey, Canadian Proud. Hey, JT Jr. So, being that we are full time, this is it. This is what we have. This is what we're working with. So, I know my live is probably looking a little bit okay. The noise in the background is a little loud. Give me just one sec. Oh, sorry. Try not to knock it down. Give me just one sec. All right. All right. Miss Andale, you just gonna make me burn up. But I oops, sorry. I just had to turn off the AC unit. Um, as you can tell, it's loud. It's loud. Hello guys. Hi, how are you? Uh Let me see if I can pull up this live stream. I'm having to do this. Maccabee, what's up, buddy? This Tallahassee fan right there. Having to do this on my cell phone, okay? Because I am connected. That is much better. Okay, that's what I want. That's what I want. That's great. That's fine. Um, what I want to do is to make sure. Sorry, I got distracted. But I want to make sure that I care more about you all hearing me fine. So yeah. So that's all right. That's all right. That's okay. So right now, I am connected on my laptop to the internet, and I was gonna do this via StreamYard and all. Hi, Robin Murphy. Hi, Danae's Backyard Garden. How are you? Hi, Sylvia. So I was gonna do this on my laptop, but I can't because I'm connected to the internet of the neighborhood, and the internet service sucks. It's kind of like y'all remember when the internet first started to be available to regular people, and the AOL thing just used to spin and it used to make that little noise and all of that. That's what this feels like. So you when you're on the internet, yeah, that dial up, GT Junior, when you're on the internet right now in the RV park, it just spins and it spins and it spins. And eventually, it will get you. It will get you where you're trying to go. However, until that time, you just gonna be sitting and waiting. You might as well go ahead and wash some dishes, or sweep out the RV, or go check on the chickens, or you might as well do something, because you know until that thing decides that it's gonna pull up that entire page for you, that's just what it is. So I apologize in advance for that, but this is why I paid this cell phone bill. So that anytime, hi Tasha Oshie Groves, hi Grace, if at any time I want to go live, then I can put on that cell phone and then I can do it. So ain't nothing I can do about the light right now, because it just sucks in here. In in terms of doing it on line, in terms of doing a live, the light just sucks. This is just what it is. I'm gonna have to go to the storage unit, and I'm going to grab my ring light and bring in here for next week. you know, our space is so limited in here that we only brought the things that were necessary. Ah, thank you, Mrs. Queen. You're too sweet. We only brought the things that we deemed very necessary. Hey, Patricia Roberts. Hey, how are you? Good to see you in the chat. Um, so hold on. I'm gonna try. Hi, French Wee Wee. How you doing? Hey, hey. Good to see you. So, you know, I wanted to. I like to make the lives look as good as possible. Like I want everybody to have a good experience with them. So, I'm going to for my next live. I'm gonna make sure I go over to the storage unit and I'm getting my ring light. And I don't care if I have to take it back and forth or, you know, I don't know, find some place. This place has a lot of storage, but you know, we have a lot of stuff. So, hi, my granny's garden. Hi, G Mama Grows. JG3 J3. Slow it down. J3 GS Farms. Hello, how are you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. So, I wanted to come on today to kind of stop by. Who is that? Sweet. See, this is what happened when she don't get her glasses. That's so small. Sweat Equity. Sweat Equity Realty LLC. Hello, hello, and welcome. Good to see you. Good to see you in the chat. So, anyway, I wanted to come on today and to just kind of talk to you guys a little bit about, you know, the RV life. Did you all see Eco Neighbor live yesterday? We were on live. Raise your hand if you saw it. If you saw some of that, then you kind of know where I am going. Hi, Nicole Groves. How you doing? Good to see you in the chat. You know kind of where I'm going, but I just wanted to give you, like, from my perspective. Y'all know, because Eco Neighbor and I, like, we have really different perspectives on things. So that's why people didn't know for the longest time that we're like husband and wife on the same property, you know, both doing YouTube channels, because like we just see things differently. So but anyways, so I wanted to talk to y'all about this whole RV thing. Hi, Grace guys, how you doing? Let me just say, I'm just gonna go back. I'm just gonna start from the beginning. All right. So you all know that we were closing on our home. So we coming from 23, almost 2,400 square feet of house down to, I don't know what this is. You know, Cassandra Dominic, how you doing? It's just a 27-foot travel trailer. So however many square feet that is, that's what we're living in right now. Tiny, right? Canadian proud, teeny tiny. So hi Mignon, hello, good to see you. So we came from there, you know, we sold our house. We had it lined up to sell our house. Hey, that's it, Journey. Sell our house and buy the land in the same day. So that's what our plan was. And we seem to be doing pretty great. You know, headed in that direction. And you know, things were looking good as far as we knew. You know, we had done all of our due diligence. We had done everything that we were supposed to do. And then get to the day before the closing, and you know, we get a phone call that the brakes have been totally put on buying the land. However, our property was still on a go, you know. So that next day, we sold the property as scheduled, and we didn't have anywhere to go. And so that led us to stay in a hotel for maybe 4 or 5 days until just to kind of get some rest. Because if you have ever sold a house you know the type of work that goes into selling house. Well, not even just selling the house, even moving. You know the type of work that goes into moving, right? And so yeah, it was kind of stressful, you know. We had a little fun, you know. We as a family, we try to make things as fun as possible, and you know, try not to take a whole lot of things too seriously. But you know, we had business to handle at the same time. Hi, Indiana Backyard Gardener. Hi, Backyard Farming with Ashley. How are you? And so, being that, you know, we try to have fun every day. You know, we try to have fun every day. Urban Gardening Chronicles. Hello, thank you for being here. Um, we just wanted to keep on going and just make the process as fun as possible. But yes, it was definitely stressful. It's definitely stressful. And so we had the chickens. The chickens were in the U-Haul with me. I was driving the U-Haul. The chickens were in there with me. So, you know, I'm trying as we went in to do the closing. Then my daughter and her friend, you know, took the chickens, like put them in, put them in my SUV along with a whole bunch of other stuff. Them and little Gigi, and so they took care of the chickens while we were in the close. And we were just like, what are we gonna do? We didn't know. We had no idea what we were gonna do. Um, Her friends, my daughter's friend's mom, allowed us to put the chickens out there, so we took the chickens out there. Then she allowed us to bring the plants out there, so we took the plants out there. And then we just rested. We had a couple other things to come up that we had to deal with, like within 2 days after the closing. And so we dealt with those things. That was a Wednesday. And so by that Thursday, we were just like something has got to give. We got to do something in order to find somewhere to go, because them hotel fees, like, they were hitting. No lie, like the hotel fees were hitting. So we just said, okay, we're gonna go ahead and we I had already seen the travel trailer the week prior. Hey, David Corey. We had seen the travel trailer the week prior, and you know, we kind of knew that we liked it. Little Gigi wouldn't let us get the one that we wanted to, because you know, she was like, that's just nasty. So we we didn't get, oh, but we had nothing to pull it with. So where does that leave us? We had to go buy a truck. So we went, and my husband was like, okay, today. All right. It was like we almost, like, hi Midnight Green. It was almost like we huddled up, and then we were like, okay, you know, what's the game plan today? We prepped the night before, we got up early, and then we hit the road. Like, we have got to get this trailer today, even if we have to stay in Walmart. Hey Tammy, even if we have to stay in Walmart parking lot or somewhere else or at the truck stop, we didn't care. We didn't care. We just needed to have shelter for the night, okay? And y'all, it is starting to rain here, and I keep getting notifications on my phone. So if it, hey Dan, Permaculture Food Forest, how you doing? So if anything goes out, then that's why, because it's about to rain here. So I see the lights kind of flashing and stuff. But anyways, so we just knew that we had to have shelter, and that's what we were focused on. We were just focused on getting shelter. So we secured the truck, we secured the travel trailer, and then we were like, I don't know where we going, but we gonna park somewhere and we gonna sleep, you know. And so the young man called us, and he was like, well, I asked my mom if y'all could pull the trailer out here, and she said, yeah, you know, y'all don't have anywhere to go, like, come out here. We got 13 acres that, you know, we ain't using all of it. Come on out here, not bothering us any. So that's what we did. And so we stayed there for several days. And we quickly realized this is a part of the bad about what I was gonna talk about. Hey, Sapphire Diamonds and Pearls. um, we quickly realized that we were going to need Janet. Hey, hey there, Janet. Good to see you. Audacity Darning. Hello, how are you? Sorry, I just when I be seeing people pop up, I get excited. But anyway, so we were like, we were going to. We just knew we had to have somewhere to stay. Okay, we had to have somewhere to stay, and we were just like, we got to do whatever it takes in order to do that. So being out there on the property, we didn't want to be putting our waste out there on their property. But we quickly realized that if you're going to be living in one of these things, you got to have a plan for the sewage. Hey, Kelly Homestead with Pooh Bear, how you doing? You got to have a plan for your waste, okay? And so when we started getting the smell, we were just like, oh, hell no. No, this can't happen. So I guess that I can start with, hey, Planter Garden TV, I guess I can start with that as a bad about this whole lifestyle about living in the RV. It was like trying to learn what you need to do, what you need in order to combat the scent that could possibly come up into your RV is like priority number one, you know. And so we were like, okay, we're going to make sure that we go ahead and get somewhere to live. Well, get a place that had sewer hookup, electric, so we can have some sort of lights, and some water, some running water. Those things are very important, as you know. And let me tell you, now we have been stocking water. Y'all know, if you've been here, hey Salon Diva, if you have been here for a while, you know that like we prep a little. So but let me tell you, the water runs out very, very fast. And so we were not even going to try and use all of our stored water. So we were like, okay, we need to get to a location that has running water. Obviously, so that you can maintain the cleanliness, because, like it or not, cleanliness is one of those things. Living your retirement dream, well, I'm about to make you love it. I'm about to make you just go ahead and do it then, Audacity Tony. So cleanliness is very, 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 very important when you go into these really small environments. You got to clean yourself, and you got to clean, your bathroom. You got to clean your toilet. You got to have, that's right, Love Notes, your shower, because the stuff can back up into your shower if your RV gets full, like ours got full. Like what they call the gray water, or the cleaner water, it was backing up into our tub because it was so full. And so, it'll easily go out if you just like get up under there and pull the handle, let some of the gray water out. But still, that's still water that you've washed your dirty hands with, you've washed your dirty body with. It's still dirty water. It's not like drinkable water coming back up into your home. Okay, so that's just something to think about. You want to be at a place where you can have some sort of running water. It's going to be very, very important to you. And then your stored water, save that for drinking. Save that for drinking. Hey, Erica Taylor. Hey, Foster Family Fun. Um, yes, septic tanks will back up also. Yes, they will. Absolutely. We had a septic tank at our last house. Well, yeah, probably at two of our homes we had septic tanks. So that's something that we would get cleaned like every couple of years or whatever. So yeah, there's maintenance that goes into all of this. But the RV parts, they do that. You know, they do. If you get any sort of issues with the septic, like that's their responsibility. They do all of that stuff. Yes, yes, yes. You gotta keep your dishes. We have been eating out a lot. Like it is. Woo, yeah, we're still in Florida. We're still in Florida. We're not leaving Florida. We're gonna stay here. Yes, we are still in Florida. We will be here. We don't have any intentions of leaving Florida. so, so yeah, this is real rain, and this is what it sounds like. And let me tell y'all, D Lil Garden, hello, how you doing? Welcome. So let me tell you all about the day that we had to go back. Hey, Ebony R. We had to go back to a hotel. So this is Florida, and you know we have rains. Creative Girl Homestead, hello. We have rains, like we have rain all the time. Hi, Rainbow Green Hands. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you in the chat. We have rain all the time. So, and we are so grateful for it. We love that. We love that. We love having the rain because it waters our gardens. It waters our plants. We still have stuff growing. Now, we did leave like our beds. So all of those beautiful collard greens that y'all saw, Eco Neighbor posting, they were still out there. Like, I think we were so exhausted with the move that by the time it got time to pull up those things and take those things somewhere, we were like, screw it. Like, God bless y'all. Enjoy the garden. Enjoy these beds. Like, we didn't want to have anything anything else to pull up. Because we ended up pulling up, the majority of our trees. And that was a huge job. It's a huge job on my husband, his friend. Hey, Auntie Ellen, how you doing? It was a huge job. So we had to do a lot. Like, there was no easy way to do it. Even with help, there was no easy way to do what we did. And then to come into an environment that is this small, to live in this environment full time. Like, if you saw Andale Homestead in the colony today, she talked about courage, and she was talking about us. And I was like, that did take some courage. Like, it took a lot of courage to leave that big house that, we really we didn't have no problems with it. We were growing, we were doing everything that we can do. We were making the absolute best out of where we were living. We were conveniently located to everything that you could want. We were so conveniently located to those things. We could get to a whole lot of things. Like, we didn't even have to leave our side of town if we didn't want to. So we were very, very conveniently located. But, for our own personal reasons, we decided that kind of enough was enough. And at some point, hey, Starduster 2, at some point, you'll get to that point in your life. Eco and I have been together for, next month will make 30 years total that we have been together. And so, we've been through, all of the first things together. Like, everything we kind of went through together. And we are like, we're kind of like brother and sister in a way. Because we have been through all of that stuff together, and it feels like we grew up together. So it's kind of easy to be best friends in that situation. So, um, so the learning curve part of it is one of those things that I put probably in the bad category, and that was because we just really did not understand. Um, we didn't understand everything that. Here go me, go neighbor with the foolishness. um, See, just threw me off. Just totally threw me off my point. Threw me off my point. So, going to, she's just totally like, why, 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 why? So, anyways, we didn't know everything that, you know, there's only doing. At some point, there's just only doing. Like, you can hear a lot of stuff, and you can hear people give their testimonies about, you know, how to do this and how to do that. But until you actually get your feet in that water, you really and truly are not going to truly know what it feels like, you know, what all is involved with it. And so that's kind of where we are. We're kind of at that point where, you know, we are in it. We both feet in at this point. And so we said, okay, we knew it was going to be tough. We didn't know that we were going to run into some of the things that we actually ran into, like the leaning of the RV Starduster. Girl, listen, it was leaning, baby. I said it was in the gangster lean. I went to the office and I told the lady, I said, look, we in the gangster lean down here in the hole. We need a different lot. So we ended up having to change lots. We ended up having to come up the hill a little bit. They had extra lots over here. You know, me and the girl hit it off pretty well, you know, and she was like willing to give me whichever one I want. So we decided which one we want. We took it, and when my husband gathered himself, because he was like, oh Lord, we gotta move this thing again. So when he gathered himself, he was like, okay, y'all, get the inside ready, you know, get everything out of the way so that we can pull the slides back in, and up the hill we're going. So we got it ready, and he got started, you know, doing his thing, you know, got it back situated. And when I'm telling you, when he started to remove the bricks and to let it down, I was like, holy crud. Like, this how we've been living. And I knew it was bad. That's why I was like, we can't keep doing this. We cannot keep doing this with this thing leaning to the side, and then I'm trying to walk up the stairs and the whole thing's shaking, and I'm like, oh no, Jesus. We ain't about to do this. So we weren't expecting that, you know. We just thought, hey, you know, we're gonna need a couple of bricks, and we ended up just about buying the Home Depot out. We ended up buying the Home Depot out of bricks. I was over in the patio section buying bricks. I didn't know what I was doing. But he sent me to the store, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna get what I think. I got what I thought, and it ended up actually being, you know, some of the stuff that I got was a good decision. So it was bad. It was leaning so bad that I was just praying, please don't let a storm come through. Because when the storms come through, that's where I left off. That was my point. When we were out there on the 13 acres, a storm was coming through. And I think all of us probably on the East Coast were probably affected by this line of storms. I know at least the Carolinas, Georgia, Florida, the line of storms were coming through. They were coming from out west. And so, yes, this is our first RV. This is our very first RV. So the storms were coming from out west, and I was like, I have the weather radios and all of that stuff. And see, when the wind gets to blowing in Florida, it is crazy anyway. Even on a regular day, when the wind blows in certain areas here, it blows. It's hard. So we just happen to be in one of those areas where we're kind of inland, but we're close enough to the Gulf that we get some good breezes that come through here. So we were asleep. It was, I don't know, I woke up maybe about 2 something in the morning because I kept hearing that. Y'all hear that? It wasn't even raining yet at that point, but I kept hearing the thunder. I can't be talking about vibrations. I know Sunday backyard phone, right? Right. Like patio breeze. Let me make it clear. So it was about 2 in the morning, and I heard some thunder, and I was like, wait a minute, what's going on? So I turned on my weather radio, and sure enough, it was like storms are coming. You're under a tornado warning, tornado watch. There's just difference between a watch and a warning. So we were under a tornado watch at the time, and I told my husband, we gotta go. We have to go. So I woke up little Gigi, and I was like, just stay in whatever, you stay in your night clothes. That's how people walk around anyway. Just stay in your night clothes anyways, and let's go. We jumped in the truck, and we headed back to the hotel. When we got to the hotel, this is so crazy. Like, the way stuff happens for us is just like it's help the Holy Ghost. The way stuff happens for us, sometimes it is just so unorthodox. Okay. It's so unorthodox. And so we got to the hotel, and as we were getting to the hotel, the rain starts to come down. And so I was like, I'm standing there, and the lady back there asleep. I'm dinging the bell. I'm trying to get somebody to come up to check us in. And then she goes, checkout is at 11 o'clock now. And I was like, y'all don't have no special circumstances, half price, fees. And she was like, ma'am, you know better. This Florida. We ain't doing that. And so I said, back in the days, we used to go and we could get a couple of hours. We could, be out. And she was like, them days long gone. I was trying everything. And so, hey, Rapson Gardner. And so she started trying to put my information into the computer system. And the system would not take my information. Hindsight, when you look back at some of the stuff that you go through, it just makes you be like, Lord, I know that was you. You took us right on through it, even though the crazies was coming out against us, Lord. And so she could not put my information in the system. And that meant that I couldn't pay. So she took out a pad. I tried it. Gee, mama. Yes, I tried it. So she took out a pad and she wrote all of my information down. She said, I don't know why it won't let me put you in the system. We tried everything. I was like, you want me to give you another address? Like, I don't know. And she tried the other address that I gave her, and it just would not let me. It just didn't want Gigi to be great at, 3 o'clock in the morning. He just didn't want me to be great. So I was like, okay. And so she said, don't worry about it. She said, I'm still gonna go ahead and check you in. Let me just write down your information. So she went ahead and wrote down my information. She said the manager will be here in the morning. By the time y'all wake up, the manager will be here. And, when you come to check out, then we'll charge you then. And so I was like, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. And so by this time, the rain is really coming down. It's really coming down, and the storm is like upon us. And so went to the room, and here go Eco Neighbor with the remote control. I was like, you better put that remote down and go to sleep. We're gonna have to go back to this RV at 11 o'clock. So me and little Gigi, we went ahead and we went to sleep, and I guess he eventually went to sleep too. But by the time I set my alarm for like 10:30, I set my alarm for like 10:30 because I was like, I know I'm still gonna be knocked out by the time 11 rolls around here. And so I woke up a little bit earlier because you know how your mind kind of can't rest when you know that you gotta get up. My mind could not rest. And so I actually woke myself up around 10 o'clock. And I was like, okay, I'm about to take advantage of this wonderful shower because we've stayed at the place before. So I was like, I'm about to take advantage of this wonderful shower. I got in that shower and I was like, I did not want to get out of there. The beds are very, very comfortable. I slept well, but I was still like, I just couldn't rest properly. So we got our sleep, we got up, and we got out of there because I was like, nah, I ain't paying for another night. We ain't paying for another night. We just got here a few hours ago. So by that time, the majority of the storm had moved through, and we were safe. We were out of harm's way. So hey, if I gotta pay for a hotel to get us out of harm's way, then so be it. So let me let me move on. All right. So the next thing is, I already talked about the bad internet. Yeah, I talked about that first. So the learning curve of getting the RV actually set up when you're not in a perfectly level place is something else. The learning curve of knowing when, one of the things, like if you're going into this, guys, and you have propane that is operating your hot water, you better turn it off. I was up in the middle of the night last night. When I dozed back off, I heard this, and it woke me right back up, and I was like, propane. This thing is using our propane. Ain't nobody taking no bath. Ain't nobody washing their hands. Ain't nobody washing no dishes. Ain't no hot water needed. So we got propane less than 5 days ago. We got both of our big tanks filled, and one of the tanks is already empty because we were not flipping the switch to turn off the propane. So make note of that. That if you have propane as a part of your setup, flip that switch, turn that propane off until somebody gets ready to take a bath, to heat up the hot water, or somebody is washing dishes. Otherwise, listen, you can wash them paws in cold water, turn that or flip it on for a hot second, and then turn that bad boy back off. Because lesson learned. Lesson learned. We should not have gone through a tank of propane in days. Like that was just unreal to me. So, and your fridge, see, our fridge is, I think it runs off of both. It runs off of either or. So I have had the propane off all day after everybody took their bath. I turned the propane off, and my fridge is still going. So it'll run off of either or. Eco Neighbor says tissue paper. Now, we had this debate. would listen to Gigi, okay? We had this debate about whether have you taken notes, Farmer? I'm telling you, I'm telling you, are for real. Like, take the notes and like remember this stuff, because I promise you, it'll help you to avoid some of the pitfalls that can really be costly. Okay, because I was like, okay, if this thing tips over, we're gonna have to pay a wrecker to come and stand it back up right. Then the side of it is gonna be all dinged up, you know, jammed up. Like, it was just gonna be a nightmare if that thing had, if this trailer had tipped over to the side, because it was tilted so low that it was just bad. It was just really, really bad. And not to mention that because it was tilted so low and it was full when we first came in, all of that nasty waste was coming out on the ground. It was coming out on the ground because we were at such an angle that it was going back. And it was like, I guess it like has an overflow safety or something. I don't know. But yuck. That's part of the nasty. Yuck. It was so bad. It was so bad, and it took 2 days for the scent to die down. Yeah. You know how if you drive past one of those sewage plants or something, yeah, that's what you smell. So it was really bad. It was really disgusting. What we discovered was, I tried the stuff. Hey, hands in the dirt. I see somebody saying hey to you. We tried to, you know, because y'all know I love Camping World. Hashtag Camping World. Camping World, call your girl. All right. We went to Camping World and we got some of the Camp Fresh stuff, I think it's called. That didn't do it. Okay. We have, I hope my phone doesn't ring, is because the realtor is texting me right now. Eco Neighbor, could you respond to her and tell her that we got the message, please, so she doesn't call my phone and mess up my life. All right. So went to and got the stuff, because I'm like, okay, surely this stuff is made for campers and RVs, so surely it's going to do all of the scent control, all of the odor control. No. No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Some people may like the smell of it. Me personally, I want bleach. And then I like to clean with bleach. Don't judge me, okay? I just feel like it's not going to be as clean as it could be if I don't use bleach. I grew up using bleach. I'm going to use bleach until the day I die, okay? Judge me if you want. I don't care. So, the combination is bleach. Hey, Veggie Farm. How you doing, sis? Listen, not the Fleech. The Clorox. Clorox. Bleach. Clorox. Don't get the cheap stuff. Pay that $5 a gallon and get the Clorox. Thank me later, okay? So, the combination is the Clorox. Yes, Derica, Team Clorox. The combination is cleaning with that Clorox and cleaning with the, spraying down with the Odo band. ODO band. Yes, that is the combination. So, Once you get to a sewer hookup, it's going to make it a whole lot easier to be able to control the scent, number one, because now you're taking the stuff down adequately. It's not sitting in the holding tank up under your RV. So that right there is going to help so much with controlling the scent. And then for those sticky situations that you find yourself in, and in between bathroom visits, um, just spray the toilet, and problem solved. We just clean the shower. Oh, and another thing that's really, really important in the bathroom. In the bathroom, make sure that you take your wet towels, your wet washcloths out of that bathroom, because there's something about the moisture from the towels and things. It just makes it feel wet still in there. It makes it smell wet in there. And so we take paper towels and we wipe down, if we, using the sink to wash our hands or whatever after the bathroom, then we take the paper towels, we make sure that we wipe down, Hey Naked Gardeners, you make sure we wipe down the countertops after a bath. Make sure you wipe up your excess water, because it makes it, I don't know if y'all understand what I mean by it smells wet. Yeah, it starts to smell like it want to mold and be humid. Yeah, that's a good way to explain it, Love Notes. So it just smells what I call wet, and I don't like that smell, and I just want it to smell as fresh as humanly possible. So doing that combination, just like, you just have to be on your clean game, like every day, multiple times a day, when it comes to your toilet, okay? Because people have to use the toilet. There are 3 of us in here with 1 toilet. So you just have to kind of make sure that you do your little spray afterwards. Once you do your little spray of both, you can walk away and your bathroom is good. As long as you just like immediately go ahead and pick up your wet stuff and hang your stuff outside, or create something inside to hang it so that your towels and things can dry out during the day. Okay? Let's see. So that was I think the bathroom, I would say, is probably what I call the nasty. That's the nasty part. So so as long as you keep that under control, like, it makes the environment just so much fresher. Like, I'm sorry, I just grew up with Clorox. That's my jam. So, what else? So let's talk about some of the good. I talked about the bad. I talked about the nasty. Let's talk about some of the good parts of it. Yeah, it needs some air circulating. Like, that environment needs to be as dry as humanly possible. So let's talk about some of the good stuff. One of the best parts about it to me is that I get to spend so much time with my family. That's one of the really, really good parts. Like, we get to, because nobody like wants to stay here by themselves. So when we get ready to go, it's like everybody is loading up. When little Gigi had all of that space upstairs by herself, we would be like, hey, we're gonna go for a ride. You want to go? And she's like, she was like, nope. She was gonna stay in her room, farm with the Clorox, her chill tank. I don't know, but it's gonna get it. It's gonna get this Clorox, because it's the only thing that combination is the only thing that works to just keep the smell fresh. So it's gonna get this Clorox. Yeah. It's gonna get it, sis. So what was I saying? So spending time with the family, you know, little Gigi she used to stay at the house, and you know, she didn't want to be around us all the time and going for the country rides, because we love to ride in the country. You know, we just love the great outdoors. We love the country, and so that has been amazing to just. She is like, man, I am really getting to for real know y'all, and I'm like, yeah, it's pretty great, ain't it? So another thing is love notes. I saw that. I saw what you said about that mortgage free thing. And let me tell you, ain't it great? Ain't it great? It's a beautiful thing. You know, I don't know. I don't know how long, you know, we're going to be mortgage free or whatever. I don't know. But in the meantime, while we are, yes, it has been fantastic. If you live in, if you know anything about Tallahassee, you know how expensive housing is here, and yes, it is. It's awesome. It's awesome to. I don't care if somebody offered you to not have one mortgage payment during the year. Are you gonna say no to it? No. You're gonna take that. You're gonna take that deal. I don't care. You're gonna take that deal. So hello everyone new to the chat, but I love it. Hold on. I love it. And Miss Gigi attitude toward the journey. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're gonna enjoy it. Yeah, my Renaissance grandma. We're gonna enjoy it while we can enjoy it. So and as you can hear, like, this was one of the things that I loved as a child, is hearing the rain. And it's like now we can hear the rain. Yeah, we're gonna have some storms coming through, and listen, I am not about that life where, you know, some people be like, you know, when the rain comes through, we just hunker down and we just, no, I'm going to the hotel. I am not hunkering down. I ain't doing none of that. If a hotel is available, we going to the hotel. I told you, go neighbor, babe, you know, if you want to rough it when the storms come through, I'm here to support you. But I'm going to be supporting you from the hotel where, because they built better, you know, I ain't doing it. I'm going to the hotel. So went to and so another thing, no, I ain't ride or die when this wind starts blowing. That wind started to rock. That night it started to kind of rock the trailer, and Lil Gigi was even awake. She said, I felt it. She said, and I didn't know what to do. Let's see, that's beautiful. Lil Gigi gets to know you both as people, not as just mom and dad. Yeah, that's been really, really awesome. That's been really awesome. So, yeah. I ain't doing it. GC Junior, I ain't doing it, bro. I'm just not doing it. I'm leaving. And this is why I always have my own car. And y'all know me, I said I'm going to drive myself anywhere I have to go with my own set of keys. I ain't letting nobody drive me nowhere except for eco neighboring. Yeah. So when I get ready to leave, I can leave. That's why I keep my own car. So no, we ain't thugging nothing out. You can thug it out if you want to. Suds and Skin Natural. Hello, how you doing? If you want to thug it out, go ahead. But it won't be me. I am going. Yes. Conditional love. No love lost, buddy. Brampton Gardner, I'm gonna get you. Yes, and I'll drive it till the wheels fall off. So, one of the other things was, how's she going there? We are free to travel. Now, we have done a whole lot of traveling, you know. We stay driving. We just stay driving. And I was thinking, man, that would be pretty awesome to be able to, you know, hook your camper up to the truck, go closer to the beach, and just literally wake up in a spot where you're just overlooking the Gulf Coast. Talk about beautiful. Watching the sunrises. We would actually get up at 2 something in the morning sometimes, go over to the St. Joe. St. Joe, and what's the other one called right there by it? Babe. St. Joe, I can't remember the name of the other city, but it is so beautiful over there in that area. It is just incredible. And so we would get up early in the morning and we would drive to that location and we would just watch the sunrise. And so I just imagine us taking the camper and driving to one of those locations and just parking and watching the sunrise. Not having to pay more hotel fees. Like, just being free. We got a refrigerator. We got a microwave up there. We got a stove. We got a freezer. Like, we haven't even cooked in here yet. But I went to the storage yesterday and I got my crock pot. And I was like, yeah, some cooking about to start going down. Because everybody is like, look, all this fast food, like we tired of it. So, and we're accustomed to cooking. Like, we are a cooking family, and we cooked 3 meals or 2 to 3 meals per day, you know, when we were in the house. So we want to get back to that. We want to get back to having our great meals. I miss my grill so bad. I miss my grill so bad. I had, you know, I think y'all saw that huge grill that we had. It was awesome, but we ended up taking it because as we got ready to move it, we realized that, oh, this thing needs to be replaced anyway. So I was like, okay, well, we'll just buy like a little temporary grill so that we can grill out out here while we are out here. And then, you know, once we get to a more permanent location, then we'll get a real grill again. But, hold on. Yeah, beef, carrots, and potato. Yeah, babe. Yeah, when the rain slows down, you need to put that on for tomorrow. That'll be so good. Just with Jay, what's up? What's up, Kelly bro? That's my fam. Just get one cheap from Walmart. Yeah, we're just gonna get a just a little cheap one. They ain't really that cheap anymore, even the simple ones. Not to me anyway, because you know I'm kind of fruity. So, but anyway, we're gonna get one of those. And hi, Tucky. Hi. Okay. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Tucky. This is his first time or her first time in the chat. So thank you for being here. We appreciate you. So we're gonna get that grill because like one of our neighbors started grilling out. They had the salsa music going, and oh my goodness, it was smelling so good. And I was like, man, I need to be on that grill. Hey, R Barnes, hi my sister, how are you doing? Good to see you in the chat. So, yeah, that was the freedom to travel. That was another one. That I thought was really good. And then being able to wake up at the beach, and not to mention, yeah, how we use it. You know what, Eco Neighbor, you're right. How we use the grill, it'll probably burn out in 3 months. Because we get it in. We really get it in. We love grilled food. So, the peace of it all. It's so peaceful. When you wake up, I don't know if y'all saw my Instagram post where I was like, this is the type of peace that we get to experience when waking up in the morning. Oh my gosh. It was amazing. And even out here, when I got up this morning, we have the chickens like right outside the door there. And so when I got up this morning, you know, we always peek out and we check on the chickens. And then I just stood there on the step and I just listened. And it was so peaceful. Even out here where all of these motorhomes and things are, there are no generators running because everybody has electricity, everybody is thoroughly hooked up, etc. And it was just, I just stood there and then just like, wow. I love it. I love it. And any little piece of peace that I can get, I want it. I want it. Hi, the Homestead. How are you? Yes, love notes. Yes. Get to pay so much attention to just nature. Yeah. I was like, I'm out this window on the side. I'm just looking and I'm like, these beautiful red tip hedges. They're just so pretty. And then just to hear the chickens, you know, they still sound like just little baby birds. And just to hear them, like, it's just, oh my gosh. I love it. I love it. So even though we went through a whole bunch of stuff. Hey, growing with Hudson. How you doing, sister? Even though we went through a whole bunch of stuff to get to this point, when Eco backed this RV onto this concrete pad, and it was level. It was almost like the angels started singing. We were like, no more gangster lean. Thank you, Lord. It was just a beautiful sight. It was a really, really beautiful sight. It was a really beautiful sight. So I don't know, guys. If this is for you, I hope you took some notes. If this is for you, I hope you took some notes. We are definitely, you know, even when we do decide that we're not going to stay here any longer in the RV, we still said that we are going to keep this RV. You start to appreciate the small things. Thank you, love notes. You appreciate every little thing. Like, I just can't say enough about just the piece of it all. Just the piece of it all. And we just get to just sit there, you know, comfortable couches, actually talking to each other, or sit outside in the chairs, just enjoying each other's company. We ordered pizza yesterday, and our older daughter came over and her friend came over, and we just fellowshipped. We just fellowshipped together and just sat outside and ate pizza and drank some good drinks. Peace is priceless. Amen, Veggie Farm. Amen. We waste, yes, David Corey, we waste so much in life that it really makes you sick when you determine, when you see how much that we really, really waste in life. It makes you sick, especially, you know, when you're doing things this way and it's not very convenient, but you still are like, man, we've got to protect this. Like, we have to protect this earth. We got to protect this planet better than what we do, because I can't even imagine if our sewer systems didn't work and everybody had to kind of just let it out. Can y'all imagine? Can you imagine what that would be like? I can't even imagine having to smell that every single day, or being in an area where they just don't even care about you pumping your waste out. We get stuck in grind mode and can't even be happy. And leaving the rat race. Even if the break turns out to just be a temporary break, it was well worth it. It was well worth having the break. So, that questions. Any questions? Any questions? I'll do my best to answer. Any questions y'all may have? Like night and day, love notes. Like night and day. He's doing so well with just having some time to just be at peace. You know, not having 30 people to look after who are supposed to be grown enough to do their own job. Like, all of that stuff that he had to deal with, you know, it's just, he even looks different. He even looks different. So, yeah. He went live yesterday. He actually went live yesterday. So when he said he wanted to go live, I was like, wait, I ain't ready. I didn't know he was ready to go live. But he was just like, I'm about to go live. And y'all know Eco Neighbor don't go live. He's like, man, I ain't doing the live. Yeah. Yes, David Corey. Mindset is everything. Everything. So, we're very, very blessed. We're very blessed. And we just feel so fortunate to have the opportunity to do this, to experience this. What did you learn about running on a generator? That I don't want to do it. Not long term, okay? Like, I would prefer that the generator be like a temporary, not like a you have to use it every day thing, because we got a pretty strong generator. I did a video on it and, you know, showed our generator and how it operates and that type of thing. So it's a pretty strong generator. However, when you're trying to sleep at night and this generator is running, and poor little Gigi, because it was on her side, because that's where the cord is located. Man, it was tough. It was tough. They are loud. The generators are loud. So I don't want to use the generator all the time. I don't think it was even designed for that. It was designed to get you through some of the tougher situations. And so I don't want to use the generator all the time. I just want to have that for emergency backup. We bought it, you know, because we live in Florida, and we have hurricanes. So that's why we bought the generator, so that we could be a little more comfortable. You know, we can operate our fans, we can keep internet access, just all of the other things, and then keep from having to throw out all of our food every time we have a hurricane. So our generator was great for that. It was great in that capacity when we would lose power, and particularly when we would lose power for an extended period of time, which to me, that means more than 3 days. To me, that's extended. Like a couple of days, okay, you know. But for an extended period of time, you know, when all the ice starts to melt and the refrigerator is no longer cold, and you know your food start, I don't like throwing away food. And I was like praying, God forgive me for throwing away all of this stuff. But when we ended up not having anywhere to go and having like literally no notice that we weren't going to have anywhere to go, I was just like, there's really nothing to do. And I would have given it away if we weren't in such a crunch for time. We had cars sitting in Walmart parking lot. We had cars sitting in a movie theater parking lot. Like, it was just, it turned out to be a really bad situation. But let me tell you all something. That situation, oh, I know what I did not tell y'all. So, I don't know if I did or not, but I'm going to tell you again, either way, if I did. So, one day, it was on a Saturday, and so my brother-in-law and my sister was like, we're coming over to the house. This was right before, maybe a week or two before closing. Okay, I'm going to answer that in a minute, African Dreaming. So, they said they were coming over. It was a week or two before closing. So, we were like, yeah, you know, we're going to have our last cookout or whatever. And so, it started to rain that day. We weren't even really expecting rain. But a line of storms moved through. And they were like, we still coming. So... and we want to go and see the land. They wanted to see the land, you know. We were kind of sort of like, you know, we didn't take them to see the land because like it wasn't ours yet. So they wanted to come anyway, and they did. We met at the location. When we drove in, and I told Eco Neighbor, I said, I wonder, because there was like a little water that was standing on, when you drive into the driveway, there was a little water that was standing still in like a ditch. And I told Eco Neighbor, I said, now I wonder if that's gonna overflow, because the amount of rain that we had, it was like we had not had that much rain in probably a year. So typically around April, it's gonna be raining a lot. That's just typically the way it goes. And so we expected like the water to probably be a little higher. However, when we drove back there, the entire front of that property was underwater. It was underwater. This was the property that we were going to buy, okay? And now, when the Dickinsons, when I did the interview with the Dickinsons, Dickinson Adventures, and they said, go, when it's raining, go whatever weather situation you have. That's why you should always go. And that's why we didn't turn them away that day to say that we weren't going to go because it was raining, because we wanted to see what was going to happen in the rain. And it had rained so much that it was underwater. The whole driveway was underwater. And so I was like, I am not driving my car back there. My SUV. I got an SUV, so I was like, I'm not driving back there. And my husband was like, get out of the way, give me the car. So I politely stepped out of the car and let him do the honors of driving through all of that water. And the water was coming up to the hood of my car. That's how much water was standing, all right, on this property that we were getting ready to close on. And so um, we were like, all right, change of plans. Change of plans. We're gonna have to do some moisture control. So that means, all right, we got to put in some infrastructure. So what we discovered was that it was just the front part that was totally underwater, and then once we got through the water to go onto the area where we were gonna put our home, it was dry back there. It was dry on that area, but you would have to have a boat to get to your house. Like I said, we run into some really, really unorthodox stuff. And so him and brother-in-law, he made it through to the dry point, and then he came back, and then they drove the truck back there and just kind of walked around to see the property. And so they talked about what they were going to do in order to channel the water elsewhere so that that wouldn't happen again. And so put the Infiniti all-wheel drive to the test. It made it. It made it. It passed the test. And then, and I ended up, because he came back out, and there's like one road in. It's not wide enough to go past anybody or any of that. So, so my sister was sitting in the truck in front of me, and we're facing each other like this. And so I was like, dang. And she was like, oh, you gonna move out the way so we can go and see the property? And so I was like, I don't have a choice at this point. So I had to then back my car because the men had got out and walked through. And so she wanted to come through, but she wasn't walking through. And I had to end up backing my car all the way down back to the dry area, which I was so scared. I was so scared. So when I saw that, I was like, okay, I was a little upset. And we said something to the realtor about it, and was like, y'all didn't disclose that this property floods up here. And he was like, yeah, I kind of remember something about about a year ago that it flooded up there. And I'm like, man, you knew that. You knew that about this property. So anyway, we were going to just put in place, because we got people working construction to help us out. So we were going to just put in place a system that channeled that water away, and so that it never happened again. Hey, Auntie's backyard. So they were going to put that in place, and so we were just going to keep on moving forward, because like I said, we were a week, maybe 2 weeks away from closing, and we were just like, we just gonna get out here and we're gonna make it do what it do. And so I thought about that thing, and it bothered me. It bothered me. It kept bothering me, and I was like, man, I really wish that I hadn't seen that almost. I almost wish that I hadn't seen it, because it was making me want to be like, just run for the hills. But we didn't have to. We ended up not even having to run. They would not get their stuff together, and so we ended up pulling out of the deal, telling them give us our money back, because they just weren't being cooperative at all. So what was the other thing? So I said all that to say, I said all of that stuff just to say that I really counted a blessing that we didn't close on that particular property, even though there was like so many hidden treasures on that property. We were just like, whoa, all of that. It was just, it was an amazing amount of hidden treasures on that property. So, but I still counted a blessing that it didn't happen because it just wasn't going to be right. If it was meant for us to get that property, we would have got it. We would have. But it wasn't meant to be, and we are not the ones to try to force anything to happen, because when you do force things to happen, you put yourself in a situation that you really did not have to end up in. So we were grateful. We were really grateful in the end, and then we get to have this experience. We know about different places in this North Florida area that we didn't know about, because that property didn't close. So there's a lot. It was a lot to be thankful for, and we are very, very grateful. So we will definitely keep you guys updated on what's happening. And if you follow me on my Instagram page, you'll get to see some of the short videos that I do on there, to just kind of keep you updated on the chickens. I just love them. We all really, really love them. Now I was gonna answer a question, and let me go back and find it. Who asked that question? Alaska Dreaming. No, African Dreaming asked that question, and I'm trying to find it. Our stores here in Alabama was last night. Hope y'all stay safe. Thank you, Danny Days. How are you doing today? You came from Andale Homestead, didn't you? If I was a cat, I would be a tiger. Used to be around. We just got severe thunderstorm warning here in South Carolina. Yes, stay safe. Stay safe. Hoping our power doesn't go out. Girl, I know what you mean. Okay, do you think this is something y'all could do long term if you begin to enjoy this? To be honest with you, I am enjoying it. I know, I'd be like, don't do it. Don't do it. But I really am enjoying it. It just gets, you have to learn to let go of some things. Like, you cannot have everything that you had in 2,000 square feet of house and try to put all of that stuff in. You just can't do it. So we are learning how to go. My Instagram name is GGNaturals_. So we are learning how to let go of some things. There are some essential things that we will need and keep, like my crock pot. I was not letting go of my crock pot. Canadian Proud, take care, Josh. Good to have you in the chat today. Thank you so much. Learning how to be content in your backyard gardening. Yes, learning how to be content with just the things that you need. We did not have all of this stuff back in the days. We just didn't have all of this stuff. We had what we needed. We don't need all of this stuff. And when we were going over to the dump, we had a U-Haul that was full of stuff, and my husband was like, "You ready?" And I was like, "Mm-hmm." Yep, I'm ready. And me and him got up there, and we just started just slinging stuff off of that truck, just throwing all of this stuff, because there was a whole lot of stuff that we kind of just forgot that was there. And for us, it's like, if you have not seen or used any of this stuff in the recent times, let that stuff go. Let it go. Yeah, it's a distraction, and it just weighs you down. It's all it does. It makes you have to have all of these freaking storage units like we got, and we actually are going over to the storage unit, and we're gonna get rid of some more stuff. We didn't want to. We just don't want to have so much unnecessary stuff. And we're at the point where our kid, little Gigi, will be 17 tomorrow, guys. Aunties and uncles. She will be 17 tomorrow. And so, you know, before we know it, she will have graduated and be going on about her life. So, I don't know. We don't need all of this stuff anymore. And we threw away a lot of stuff, and we have not even put a dent in what we need to throw away. We really haven't. And some stuff is just like, why did we keep this in the first place, you know? But I think because we were doing so much at some point, we were doing so much, it was like, I don't know why we get attached. We were just doing too much. We were doing too much. And we had too much. Oh, thank you, Andel. Thank you so much. We just had too much stuff. Like, straight up, we had too much stuff, y'all. We had too much. So, I just think it's just been a blessing. I really think it's just been a blessing. It really has. So, we're going to answer your question. See how we going all around the world. To answer your question, yes, I can see us doing this a little longer. I don't know if we'll do it for like years or anything like that, but I can definitely see us doing it for longer. And especially, you know, when you're in a place like this and like it's peaceful, you know, we only have one person that has just been like just standing there staring at us like mean mugging. Other than that, everybody has just been like keeping to themselves. And we don't really have any, yeah, we don't really have any issues. We just enjoying the peace of it. So thank you all so much for coming on, hanging out with me for a while today. I've kept you all way too long. But thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Remember, take care of your family. Take care of your family. We are all we have. Some of our friends also become family, and so, you know, do your best for them as well. And I appreciate you guys. So thank you so much for being here. And oh, you're welcome. Thank you, Yolanda. Thank you so much. So I'll see you guys again next week live at 5. See you again. Remember, when you grow it, you know it. I'm going to try to update you guys on some of the plants. Some of them looking rough, some of them looking rough. But, you know, we still going to make it do what it do. So, y'all take care of yourselves. I love you guys. And I will see you all on the next video. Miss Crystal, thank you. Thank you for the Cash App. I appreciate you holding perspective. And yes, catch this replay. All right. I'll see you guys later. Take care, guys.